Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. All right, let's see what these tea leaves have to say tonight. And our card for tonight is the Queen of Wands, one of my favorites. She is all about that kind of self-evolution, change, really going through it and coming out as a more evolved, glorious, and powerful being. All about that wisdom, the kind of synthesis of emotional, intelligence, spiritual capacity, and, it kind of all floods down into that physical realm as well. There's a lot of fluidity, flexibility, and like I said, coming into your power. Okay, so I want to look at these right here in the middle, and I see horses running. Okay, so beautiful. We think of like kind of the wild horses running across the flatlands, and I think that you are in a place where you are really taking off. Okay, you are coming into your power for real. I feel like you are maybe taking on something, stepping into a role that before this time maybe would have seemed completely out of the question. I think that you probably in some ways underestimated yourself, but I also think that you had some growing to do, and you knew this. Okay, I think that in these last years, you have done so much to cultivate your life, yourself, done interior work. I feel that you are just full of spirit, okay? There are moments when you are so impassioned by life, you don't know if you could take even a little bit more. It just feels so beautiful, abundant, almost sometimes overwhelming. But it just is a magical place to be in. And it's not something you just find yourself kind of, oh, I fell into this, right? Well, maybe somebody somewhere has, but this is definitely the kind of feeling, like I said, emotional intelligence, spiritual capacity, that takes sometimes a lifetime of work. It's not easy. You have to do a lot of processing, a lot of looking at your own stuff, right? Letting go of old, outmoded ways of thinking, things that do not serve us, that are limiting to our existence. Okay, and I think that you're doing a swell job. And yeah, so just running in the wind, beautiful, not carefree, but kind of carefree in little moments. And it's a beautiful sight to behold. Okay, I see this gorgeous seahorse. Okay, very family oriented, and I believe in relation to these, your family has seen how much you've stepped up, and maybe this is your family of origin, maybe this is your chosen family, your friend group, the family that you have created, whoever it is, they see how hard you work. the things that you continue to push through, that you are investigating, going into yourself, okay, healing, the deep, deep healing, and also just being there so much for people. I think that you are really somebody who, in your own way, goes really, really, I mean, you go out of your way for people, maybe in ways that, you know, we don't think of immediately when we're helping people. You know, I think a lot of times in life, people like to do things that other people will see, right? You help somebody with something so everybody can kind of take, you know, oh, they're a really helpful person, or, you know, whatever. But I think you are the one that is quietly kind of doing the kindnesses without needing any kind of recognition. I think you're the one that shows up to do the dirty work, you know, all kinds of things within your family, within your community. First thing that came to mind is like maybe going and helping people, like clean their house, or get things organized. You know, taking food to people when they're in a bad situation, or whatever it is. But you're not doing it so people will witness you doing it. You have this strong family bond. And with the seahorse, that's what I think of. Also with the seahorse, and I always say this in my readings because it's one of the cutest things that I have, that I see them doing when I see them at the aquarium. When they sleep, they wrap their little tails around the weeds or whatever's growing. And you'll see like a line of them kind of wrapped around it so they don't get swept away by the current. And so I think that you are really so focused, so grounded. Okay, you are really taking care of yourself. You're taking care of your tasks. You're minding your routine that you have set up for yourself. I think you're just really achieving so much more than you ever thought you would. You are in a place of being very consistent. And I think this is why you kind of are stepping up into that role that you thought, I maybe never would be this, you know, person. I almost wonder, like, are you going into some kind of management role? Are you like a shift leader or something? Are you, you know, are you getting the raise, or going into a new position at work that, maybe not at work, at a different job or something that you thought, oh, I'd never get this. And then you applied and you did, you know. I feel like there's a stepping up. And if you are not in the place in your life where you're working, this could be anything, like something that you volunteer at, a position within your family, you know, maybe you are taking a more focused role with your children, or grandchildren, or within your community. I mean, it could be anything, any kind of work, or, you know, doing things, I guess, right? Where you're in some kind of position. And you are, I mean, I think this is just such a happy place for you right now. And there's such a confidence. You know, I think that's the big thing, is there's such a confidence coming up. And I see here we have a person here and we have a person here. They are kind of, it looks like dancing. And so I really feel like the people around you are just, I feel like it's so in love with you. I feel like you are just a delight to them. They love seeing you succeed. I feel like you are somebody that, like when you show up to a family event, people within your, you know, within your group of people, they're just so excited to see you. And maybe it's not always been that way, right? Maybe things have really shifted. You know, I always share about my own little, I like to put my little tidbit in there. But when I was younger, I was a mess. So I was not very reliable. I was not the favorite of most people, I would say. I got along with people, but, you know, I just was young and stupid and wild and doing my own thing. And as I've grown up, I won't say that I'm anybody's favorite, but I am, consistent. And I feel like it's such a different vibe when you grow up and you are somebody that people look forward to seeing. And the energy is reciprocated, right? Where you are excited to see the people who you have chosen to be your family. It's the first time in my life where I really look forward to going to a family event. I used to be like, this is going to be so boring. Why do I have to go to this? Like any teenager. I was like a teenager for until I was like 30 basically. And, but now it's, I look forward to these kinds of things and I get excited. And, I feel like this is kind of where you're at as well. I just see this beautiful, entanglement. There's happiness, joy, celebration, and it feels nice to be somebody who, when somebody needs to, you get a call like, oh, we need some help or whatever, you have the ability to kind of show up for somebody, be there, and vice versa. They can show up and be there for you. Okay. Now over here, I'm seeing a person reaching up to the star. Okay, so maybe we are a little bit at a crossroads about deciding what is next. I feel like because you have grown so much as a person, now it's time to have the life that fits this new being that you are. I think that you have big hopes, big dreams. You are planning for the long term, okay? I think that you will probably meet a lot of the goals that you have. Yeah, you'll maybe stumble a little bit here and there. We all do. Okay, we all make mistakes. We all do, do the wrong thing here and there. But part of that growing is just picking yourself up and continuing on, right? Fixing whatever happened as much as you can and going forward. And so I think that you are really on the right path with all of this, okay? And then I want to look at this one. This one's interesting to me. Now, if I could just guess. Now, so we have a big lion, okay? And there's a cat hair stuck to it too. So it really is a lion. We have a big lion. It looks like maybe a male lion, okay? And so I believe because this is in this emotional and this kind of metaphysical, supernatural, divine zone, I feel like there will be some kind of messaging coming through from the other side. I think that maybe you are noticing patterns, you are feeling the presence of somebody who was maybe a Leo. At least had a kind of fire energy, okay? I think that this maybe is more of a masculine person in your life. So like a father, grandfather, brother, a good friend that maybe, I almost wonder if it was like maybe somebody from maybe somebody who died fairly young. And I feel almost like there's this feeling of, when you think about them, it really is painful because they didn't get to live out their life. They didn't get to, achieve all the things that they wanted to. When maybe even, when you get to do things, it feels like, this person should have been able to, get married, have kids, have the life that they dreamed of. And that was kind of cut short for some reason. But I think this messaging coming through, you will notice some kinds of things that will remind you of them. And you'll know what they are. But I think the big thing here is to tell you that they are with you and that you And the way that you are living your life is like you are living a life partially for them. Like your achievements are their achievements. You carry them with you. And they thank you for that. That's, you know, there's a lot. They are very proud of you for the things that you are doing, that you will do, and of course the things that you have done. So I feel like it's a beautiful energy. It seems very light. Like they have a very bright presence. Okay. And I feel like there was a lot of love there, a lot of laughing and joking and kind of maybe even horsing around a little bit. Okay. And so I'm glad that kind of came through, because I think, you know, it really, when you get to a place in your life where things are really coming together and you've made that happen, we do think about those who, you know, you wish, oh, I wish they were here with me. I wish they were part of this. Well, they are. They are. You know, they're there with us for sure. Sometimes they really want you to know that they're part of this. Okay, so we have, I see a person standing here, and it looks like they're looking over at this flower, and then we have an owl. Okay, so I feel like this stop and smell the roses. Enjoy this journey. Okay, you've done so much to try to get yourself into this place where you're feeling good about things, where it feels like, you know, there's a lot of meaning in everything that you're doing. I feel like there's a sense of, when you wake up in the morning, you look forward to what the day might hold for you. I feel like that was not what it was like before. I think a lot of times you really had, you know, just, I have to get up, I have to go to this job and do these things. And, you know, we all get into those modes. But I think, you know, maybe even for the first time in your life, everything is kind of feeling like it's coming up Pisces. And, you know, I think it's important to really allow yourself to be present in these moments. I know you still have to take care of things, keep the momentum going, but it is important to be able to be in the success that you are having, to enjoy it, not to just look back and be like, oh, remember when everything was going so well? Remember when I first started this, whatever it is that you're doing? And, you know, it's so easy for us to kind of lose track of really being part of the moments that we're in. I know I do that all the time. And, you know, having a small child, I think, oh my goodness, you know, there's times where I just really stop and I'm like, I want to remember this moment, not through a picture, not through a video on my phone, but I want to be here. I want to remember what this feels like. I want to connect and, you know, really be a part of this thing that is happening. And so often, you know, we're so busy, we're so caught up in all the things that we have going on that we forget to do that. And that, you know, so often do we lament not doing that more often, I think. So let's see. We also had the owl. Okay, so very in line with this thinking. Keeping your eyes out. Eyes, ears, being the watcher, right? Really seeing what's going on, you know, and also when you're having a period of time like this where it feels like things are really good, you're probably feeling more connected to everybody, more generous, you know, you just want to commune with others and be with your family and all of that. And that's wonderful. Maybe, you know, even with people who aren't as part of your core life. But, you know, we also have to be discerning and vigilant about our safety, about who we allow to, you know, be in our sacred spaces, who we bring into our home, all that stuff. You know, I think that so often we get, you know, we become a little successful in whatever it is part of our life that we have going on. We get jovial, we get excited, and sometimes we just let people come around or whatever that maybe don't have the best intentions. So that is something to keep in mind. You know, these kind of roving spirits and peoples. So anyways, you know, not to dampen the happiness of this reading, but, you know, that's the mom in me. I'm always going to bring up these kinds of things. Be careful who your friends are. All right. Pisces, I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you'd be so kind as to like the video, it helps us get into the algorithm. And we know the algorithm kind of decides everything, right? So we want to do what the algorithm likes. And that's whatever kind of engagement. If you like the video, if you share the video on other social medias, if you watch the video all the way through, if you watch multiple videos, all of your placements, if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And talking about subscribers, I want to congratulate my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. I am so proud of him. So proud of the community over there. He just hit 100K subscribers. I can't even fathom how that's just so many people. And such a wonderful achievement. And it's absolutely not surprising. He is so talented. His content is so on point, in my opinion. And you know, he's as wonderful as he is on his readings, personable and soothing and, you know, insightful and magical and all those things he is in real life. So I feel very lucky to be able to, you know, share a family with him, share a home with him, to be able to create with him all the time, and, you know, just having him in my life, being in his life, and you know, I don't know. I'm going to get all sappy and stuff here. Sorry. It really is, I mean, you know, wonderful. So go check out his channel. And if you haven't already, you probably have. A lot of you cross over from him to here, and some of you from here to there already. But if you haven't, go check him out. Again, it's Dove and Serpent Tarot. And if you look in the community post, there's links all throughout to his channel where I've shared his videos and stuff. Not too hard to find. Okay. And the last thing, if you want to leave a comment, I read them all. I know sometimes it takes me 1, 2, 3 days. And that's because I do like to reply to all of them. And sometimes it's a lot. It's a lot of them to reply to. But I read them all, and every single one of them is so meaningful to me, even the little short ones. So, you know, sometimes it takes a minute, but I promise you, and if you don't get a notification, and you want to see what my reply is, because I get plenty of, you know, comments back, replies back to when I reply to a comment, and then, somebody, you know, the person comments back the second time. I don't get notifications for that very often. So sometimes I have to like scan through to see. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe you won't necessarily get that notification, but if you want to see, come back and look at the comment section and see where you left your comment, and, you know, it'll be there. So anyhow, I want to thank you so much, and we're going to talk in just a couple days. Thank you, thank you, thank you.